And Chip Reid joins us from the White House for more here on the transition. Chip, though, I do want to begin by getting your reaction to this news surrounding Hillary Clinton. We'd heard the president-elect step away from a call to investigate her after the election. It would seem the team has taken another step back here.
That's right. I think you're referring to 60 Minutes a little more than a week ago when Lesley Stahl asked if he was going to pursue an investigation of Hillary Clinton, as he had promised to do during the campaign. And he said, well, I want to think about it. And then he said, I don't want to hurt them, meaning the Clintons. He said, they're good people. That was a pretty strong indication right then and there that he was not going to pursue it. And, you know, the fact is he's got a lot he wants to do. And if he does pursue an investigation of her, number one, it's a distraction from things he wants to accomplish, and number two, it's going to rile up Democrats who think that he should focus on other things.
And there was no mention of it in this video message that we spoke of, released yesterday. There were also some other rather glaring omissions from promises for his first 100 days. What stood out to you?
Well, if you look closely at that statement, he started off by saying he's laying out a plan for the 100 days. But then when he got into the specifics, he said, these are the things I want to do on day one. So when he talked about withdrawing from the Trans-Pacific Partnership and cutting back on regulations and loosening restrictions on oil, shale oil and clean coal, those are things he wants to do on day one. Some people have pointed out that he didn't talk much about building a wall, for example, or repealing Obamacare. But those take Congress. He's not going to be able to do that on day one. So I think this was very limited. This was oriented toward day one. And I think as time goes on during this transition, we're going to hear a lot more about what he plans to do during that first 100 days.
The combativeness with the press certainly seemed to continue throughout the last 24 hours. He took to task the press over Twitter, calling the media crooked as it concerned his coverage, the coverage of his business interests. Rather, he did rattle off a series of tweets today, a tweet squall about canceling a meeting with the New York Times. What do you make of what we've seen from him and his dealings with the press, certainly as it regards the meeting we saw that he had yesterday as well?
Well, I think beating up on the press has been a very productive weapon for Donald Trump through the campaign and now as president-elect. I'm not surprised that he's continuing to do the same. And one big factor here is that during the campaign, of course, during the primary season, the press was investigating not just Donald Trump, but a lot of Republicans. And then during the campaign itself against Hillary Clinton, the press was investigating her and Donald Trump. Now, all the resources are focused on him. And it's something he's either going to get used to or not going to get used to. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if he uses us as a foil for his entire presidency.
Well, as he could see there, if he was there with you today, you are there for the duration. Chip Reid at the White House. As always, we appreciate the time.
You bet.